Get cash back and exclusive savings when you shop online using Ebates and receive a $10 welcome bonus. Follow the link in the description. Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new Umbrella Entertainment Blu-ray release for Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects. And now, I feel like I've garnered something of a reputation as a Rob Zombie hater based on my thoughts on the vast majority of his filmmaking attempts, put it that way. If you followed my channel for any period of time, you know how I feel about Rob Zombie's Halloween. It was the most depressing movie-going experience of my life. I stand by that. And just thinking about it now sends me spiraling into a very, very dark place. And with Rob Zombie's Halloween, it felt like Rob Zombie was trying to be John Carpenter. And Rob Zombie is no John Carpenter. I wasn't a big fan of The Lords of Salem, but with The Lords of Salem, it felt like Rob Zombie was trying to be Stanley Kubrick, and Rob Zombie is definitely no Stanley Kubrick. Now, 31 was definitely a return to form for Rob Zombie, but that story needed a lot of work. With House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, Rob Zombie's very first two filmmaking endeavors, you can plainly see in those movies that Rob Zombie was trying to place his own stamp on the kind of 70s down and dirty grindhouse movies that he grew up loving. And because of that, there's no doubt why House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects are Rob Zombie's best movies. And I think The Devil's Rejects is hands down Rob Zombie's best movie overall. It's not my favorite Rob Zombie movie. I actually really get a kick out of House of a Thousand Corpses, but The Devil's Rejects is Rob Zombie's best movie from a filmmaking point of view. The Devil's Rejects is a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses, in which we find Otis, Baby, and Captain Spaulding, played again by Bill Moseley, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Sid Haig respectively, on the run after the Firefly compound has been just attacked by the local police force led by William Forsythe, who is hot on their trail. He's out for revenge because Tom Tolles from the first film, who the Firefly family killed, was actually his brother. Bloodshed, madness, mayhem, torture, and everything that you've come to expect from a Rob Zombie movie. I mean, lots of white trash characters doing white trash kinds of things, and just a plethora of profanity ensue. But where The Devil's Rejects really benefits, I think, is from its cast. Bill Moseley, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Sid Haig, of course, they are the glue that this movie sort of, they hold the whole movie together. They each give great performances. You've also got some great supporting performances from some very familiar faces if you're a fan of Rob Zombie's movies, people that he uses in a lot of his films. I'm talking about Ken Foree, Lou Temple, Danny Trejo. The list goes on and on. But for me, the standout in The Devil's Rejects is without doubt William Forsythe. William Forsythe is awesome in The Devil's Rejects. And Rob Zombie, if there's one thing that Rob Zombie, the filmmaker, has always taken flack, in one area of his filmmaking acumen that he's always taken some flack, is the screenplay, is the writing. Now, I actually think the writing in The Devil's Rejects is pretty fantastic. And Rob Zombie really conflicts the viewer. And by that, I mean, there's a great sequence in the film toward the end where the tables have been turned on the Firefly family by William Forsythe's character. And they're being brutally tortured by him. And you almost feel sorry for the Firefly family. Then you recall, oh, well, wait a minute. Torture and murder and brutality is sort of their stock in trade. You're kind of rooting for William Forsythe's character because you can understand why he would want vengeance and why he would want to bring these people to justice. However, at the same time, you realize Well, he's just as big a monster as they are. And that kind of conflict, I mean, my hat was off to Rob Zombie watching the film for the first time in many, many years. Just last night, I was like, well, this movie's actually kind of challenging me as the viewer to pick sides or to just sort of sit in the middle and watch the bloodshed fly. I really dug that about The Devil's Rejects the second time around. From a technical point of view, the movie's fantastic. The movie looks fantastic. There's definitely a lot of style thrown into the film. The editing is good. The pacing is spot on. The characters are... they're Rob Zombie's typical white trash kind of characters, but they're interesting characters. They're strong characters. And there's plenty of bloodshed and brutality and torture and all those things you come to expect from a Rob Zombie movie. It's just a really good movie. I can't say too many bad things about it. A minor qualm is I feel like the movie kind of comes off the rails just a little bit toward the end. Not one, but two characters kind of pop up and save Baby at the very last minute before she's about to be killed by William Forsythe. But that's very, very minor. Overall, The Devil's Rejects is a pretty darn good and entertaining movie. It's Rob Zombie's best movie, hands down. It's not my favorite Rob Zombie movie. I'll give that to House of a Thousand Corpses. This isn't the kind of movie I'm going to reach for and watch on a regular basis, but it's a pretty darn good movie without a doubt. If you're a fan of 70s grindhouse-inspired movies, you definitely want to look into checking out The Devil's Rejects. This Blu-ray would be a great way to introduce yourself to the film. If you're a fan of The Devil's Rejects, you definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray from Umbrella Entertainment. The picture quality and the sound quality are both good to pretty good. The back of the Blu-ray case doesn't indicate what kind of a transfer or anything this is on the Blu-ray. However, it looks, I would say, between good and pretty good. As far as extras are concerned, we get bloody stand-up with actor-comedian Brian Posehn. It's 2 minutes and 17 seconds in length. It is Brian Posehn on the set of The Devil's Rejects with the bullet hole between the eyes, makeup on, doing stand-up comedy for 2 minutes and 17 seconds. Next up, we have Matthew Mcgrory tribute. It's 2 minutes and 9 seconds in length. It's a tribute to the late actor Matthew Mcgrory, who portrayed Tiny in the film with interview and behind-the-scenes footage. If you're not familiar with Matthew Mcgrory and you're a Howard Stern fan, you may remember him as the original Bigfoot, but I think he's best known as playing Tiny in House of a Thousand Corpses and in Devil's Rejects. Nice tribute to the late Mr. Mcgrory. Next up, we have Buck Owens' Satan's Gotta Get Along Without Me. It's 1 minute and 53 seconds in length. It is a gospel song and performance video of the song Satan's Gotta Get Along Without Me by Buck Owens. Next up, we have Mary the Monkey Girl commercial. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds. It's the commercial from the movie featuring Captain Spaulding and his newest attraction, Mary the Monkey Girl. Next up, we have Captain Spaulding's Christmas commercial. It's 57 seconds in length, and it is a Christmas commercial featuring Captain Spaulding. Next up, we have Otis's Home Movies. It's 56 seconds of home video footage of Otis torturing a girl. We get 11 deleted scenes. We get a blooper reel that is 5 minutes and 22 seconds in length. We get 13 minutes and 9 seconds of makeup tests featuring the stars of the film. And we get the Morris Green Show, which is 13 minutes and 20 seconds. It is a mock 70s talk show in which Daniel Roebuck plays Morris Green, and he's interviewing an occult specialist. And they're talking about the occult. This is a really nice Blu-ray release from the fine folks over at Umbrella Entertainment. If you've not seen The Devil's Rejects, I certainly recommend it. This Blu-ray would be a great way to introduce yourself to the film. If you're a fan of The Devil's Rejects, you definitely want to look into picking up this Blu-ray. The picture quality and the sound quality are both pretty good, and you get some pretty interesting extras thrown in on this disc as well. It's listed as being Region B. However, it is all region. This Blu-ray will play in any Blu-ray player anywhere in the world. I'll put a link to Umbrella Entertainment's website down in the description. Go over and check them out. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. Please let me know your thoughts on Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects down in the comments section below. What's your favorite Rob Zombie movie? Please let me know down in the comments section below. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a month club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons, Turi Delamore, Farron Sutton, Jeremiah Lambert, and Derek Jana. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.